Nick in Woodbury, wherever Woodbury is. Hi, Paul. Recently, despite my attempts to avoid it, I have found myself sucked into the online debates about the merits of high-resolution digital audio. The usual 44.1 kilohertz is double the limit of human hearing, and it's all a placebo. Arguments are thrown out, and my best rebuttals are merely to describe the presence and clarity that I enjoy from high-res and vinyl playback. I don't care about winning these arguments, but I do want to spread awareness and appreciation for high-quality audio. What subjective, science-based arguments can we offer to convince skeptics that high-res audio has real audible benefits without being able to sit folks down in our listening rooms and letting them hear for themselves? Well, if I had the answer to that, man, I think I would be really happy, because I doubt there is much of an argument. I mean, you could use the argument that even CD quality has 100 dB dynamic range relative to the 60 or so, nearly half as much of a vinyl record. You could use, and vinyl sounds great, right? You could use MP3. You could say MP3 is a lossy format, and that every time you listen to an MP3, there's some amount being lost of the information, and therefore you're not hearing the whole thing. And then someone could turn around and say, oh, really? Well, do you know about Octave Radio? Our little Octave Radio? It uses MP3, and you know what? It sounds better than almost anything else that you can stream for a radio station. You don't hear any loss. I don't know that there is a great argument to be had. A. B, trying to convince somebody who doesn't want to be convinced or doesn't care is pretty much hopeless. Over all these years, I have found that only when somebody wants to be open to learning something and they start asking questions in the hopes of not necessarily changing their mind, but being open to a different point of view, being open to a new technology. Yesterday we were talking about AI, right? So I'm a big advocate of AI. I think AI is the greatest thing that has happened in my lifetime, at least in the last decade. And I get excited about it. I use it. I'm learning it. When I need to organize something, when I need to look up something, I go to AI. I mean, it's great. Does it screw up? Sure, of course it does. It's in its infancy. It's only a couple of years old, right? But, so here I am all excited about it. And I want to share that excitement with somebody. So I start talking with somebody, and they go, oh, AI? Oh, it's going to take over the world and kill us all. It's you've seen the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where AI takes over, right? Doom and gloom, hand-wringing. If I tried to convince somebody out of that, yeah, I'd just be flapping my jaw. There's no way. They are not interested. They have formed an opinion. There it is. AI is going to be the death of us all. Now, they don't want to hear about it could help you do this, it could help you do that, right? They just don't want to do it. So I think you have to have a good idea of what it is you want to share with somebody. And then when the opportunity comes up, to find somebody who is in a transitional period where they're like, I've heard something about this high-end audio stuff and it's kind of interesting to me. Can you help me understand it? That's the point where you can then go in and by demonstration, by explaining, whatever it is, then you can help that person get lifted up into the fun and the joy that we have enjoying music, which many people don't. But trying to convince a Republican to become a Democrat or a Democrat to become a Republican, or a guy who's into cars to ride a scooter. I don't know. Just think of all the examples that you can think of. When somebody's over here, moving them over here is almost impossible until they go, looks kind of good over there. You see that? Then you can work on helping them get there. It's about that simple. Okay. Probably not the answer you wanted, but in all my years, that's what I have figured out. And I just watch for that. And I don't try and change anybody if they are not ready to be changed, because it's just flapping your jaw. All right. Bye.